Welcome back, everyone. We continue our talks about Hollywood. All right, we're going to get to the Best Actor in a Supporting Role category. Let's talk about it. Barkhad Abdi from Captain Phillips.
Excellent.
Bradley Cooper, of course, American Hustle. Michael Fassbender, 12 Years a Slave. Jonah Hill, The Wolf of Wall Street. And Jared Leto, Dallas Buyers Club.
He's the man.
He's the man?
Yep.
Okay.
Or the girl.
And why is that?
He just did such an outstanding job of transformation. You believed I didn't know Jared Leto. I didn't know who it was. First time I saw him on the screen, I thought, nice looking woman. And then I realized, oh, it wasn't a woman.
Well, a lot of people are also saying Barkhad Abdi from Captain Phillips.
He was excellent.
I mean, he was just amazing.
He did more than Tom Hanks by far.
And he was a cab driver, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, so who's going to win?
Well, I like that. I can't say the name. The Captain Phillips guy. What's his name?
Barkhad Abdi.
I'd say him, or I think Jonah Hill was fantastic in Wolf of Wall Street. He was so funny.
Okay.
But I would lean towards the Captain Phillips guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jackie?
I want the Captain Phillips guy to win because I want somebody who is out there driving a cab to get something like an
that'd
Oscar.
be cool.
But I think that traditionally when you have a role like Jared Leto played, that the Oscar goes to them.
Okay. We will wait and see. Okay, Best Actress in a Supporting Role. And they are Sally Hawkins, Blue Jasmine, Jennifer Lawrence, American Hustle, Lupita Nyong, 12 Years a Slave, Julia Roberts, August Osage County, and June Squibb from Nebraska, which was, again, June Squibb from Nebraska. A lot of people are saying because she's older, she could get it, but like a lot of people are rooting the younger audience for Jennifer Lawrence because it would be 2 years in a row, and that's kind of a cool thing. Thoughts?
12 Years a Slave. What was it? What was her last name?
Lupita.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Nyong'o?
Nyong'o. Yep. Outstanding job.
Isn't she pretty?
She is.
I think she's probably the favorite, but boy, Jennifer Lawrence was really good. She did a great job, and they love her in Hollywood.
They sure do.
They love her.
Yeah, they do.
You know, the interesting thing about Jennifer Lawrence is that she's an instinctual actor. She says she's never taken a lesson. She just went ahead and, took over
what her
Hollywood.
role was like. It was very Jersey, very interesting. It was good.
Yeah, it was.
All right, so we will wait and see again on that one. On a sad Hollywood note, of course, this week, Harold Ramis died this week. He was best known for his roles in Ghostbusters, of course, Stripes, and also writing for Family Vacation. So just a wonderful guy. Just love to see him in Ghostbusters. Any thoughts on him?
Oh yeah, my
What were your
heart was
favorites?
broken when I heard that. I just thought, oh my God, my generation now is dying off. I love Ghostbusters, and I think it's one of those iconic movies that everybody has to watch.
And he was a young guy too. That was the sad part.
Mid-60s, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a young guy.
In some weird condition. I still don't get what it was.
Yeah, I don't either.
But he will certainly be missed, and I'm sure he's going to be remembered at the Oscars. And another actor left Hollywood this week for Capitol Hill. Now, Seth Rogen testified in favor of increased federal funding for Alzheimer's research. The actor runs a charity event, Hilarity for Charity, that raises money for the National Alzheimer's Foundation. What are your thoughts about actors going down there and lobbying for their causes? I mean, I think it's a good idea to bring their names to it, but should they stay in Hollywood? There's my question for the panel.
Well, I worked at the White House, and I dealt with Hollywood, so I know a lot about this. Many were just goofballs. They didn't know what they were talking about. They were doing it just for the publicity, and that was annoying. It was annoying to everybody there. However, this guy, he does an event. He knows what he's talking about. That's good stuff. So I think it depends on the actor.
But what
That's a great point.
But what Dee Dee's saying about actors, that some of them don't know their stuff and they're goofballs, well, that could apply to politicians also.
That's a good point,
yeah,
too.
that's true. I mean, but that's their job. This is, they're sort of, you can tell many times they're out of their element and they're just doing it for press or something. But some of them are very good.
Yeah.
Look, some of them really do a good job for their charity and for their cause.
And if they can use their name to push their charity and make money for it, good.
James, your thoughts? Should the actors stay in Hollywood, or can they help out in
Clearly, it's a hard issue with him. His mother-in-law is severely affected by it. I think he brings up an important question. Why is the government not doing anything about this? Are we back where we were 30 years ago with AIDS research? Nobody was spending much money on that. What are we doing with
Good
Alzheimer's?
point, yeah.
It is a good point. And is there any actor or actress that comes to mind that has done outstanding work in this field in terms of, I guess, helping out with a cause?
George Clooney. George Clooney could have sat back. Robert Redford, George Clooney could have sat back in their backyards drinking beer, and they'd still have millions of dollars. But what they did is put themselves out and pushed for their causes, and I admire them for that.
And you know who I'm going to say? I'm going to say, because I knew him quite well, actually, Paul Newman.
Yes,
Paul
Paul
Newman. He
Newman.
was
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenal
Yes.
in some of the work that he did.
Well, they do always get attention when they go to D.C. Everybody flocks around them.
But let me
sure.
tell you something. Paul Newman, even though we do see his name on a lot of the brands in the grocery store, he didn't want any attention. I used to teach at a maritime aquarium, and he gave something like $700,000. He would walk through that aquarium and wanted nobody to talk to him.
That's when you know you're like, you know, it really,
So-
he
That's
really means he's
wonderful.
doing it from his heart. No,
Yeah.
but the salad dressing, doesn't all the money go to charity?
All the money goes to
Every
charity.
bit of it, yeah.
And he had some
Newman's
things
own.
besides the salad dressing also.
Heck of a popcorn.
Yeah.
Good for the movies. There you go. Well, for the first time since the cruise ship Costa Concordia hit a rock and capsized 2 years ago, the ship's captain this week went aboard the vessel with a team of experts investigating the shipwreck as part of his trial. 32 people were killed. The captain, Francesco Schianetto, is charged with manslaughter, and that's quite a big thing in Italy right now, and of course for any of the family members. But just when you saw this all this footage of him going back on board, what were your thoughts?
I think he should be in jail already. I mean, this
Maybe
guy
s-
was so terrible. I mean, look what he did. I mean, he left his ship. Who does that? And then he was having dinner and he was just hanging out. This guy's awful.
It's a weird story, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah, because the motivation does not follow through with the behavior.
Well, I just remember I was one of course, we always bring our personal, what happened to us personally into these stories, but I was one of the first reporters on the scene when Captain Sully landed the plane, and he stayed on that plane the whole time until every single person got off, and every one of the passengers said that about him. And my feeling is that this captain left. You never leave. The ship, the captain's supposed to go down with the ship, I
Yeah.
thought.
Absolutely.
So-
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, there's
not,
an-
not
if
good
you're-
at all.
If you're involved in mass transportation, even if you're a conductor on the New Jersey Transit, there's a serious obligation to take care of your passengers.
Passengers first.
Absolutely. So I think we are all in agreement on that one. But let's go jump to something else, and this is quite a jump, if you will. Joby Orwin plans to plunge off the world's tallest mountain in May while wearing a custom wingsuit equipped with cameras to share the jump with a TV audience. Now, it's not like the 39-year-old isn't familiar with the 29,000-foot tall mountain. He was 24 the first time he climbed it, which at the time made him the youngest American to do so. So what are your thoughts about this one?
How do you top that? I mean, what else are you going to do in your life?
I'd love to do it.
I think I would like to do it too.
Just
I mean,
think of
I'm
the
a big
ability to-
roller coaster person.
Well, the ability to fly, it's got to be one of man's biggest
dreams.
fantasies.
Sure.
Well,
of course.
has anybody? I did go skydiving once. I won't do it again.
Me too.
See, I'm
Because
like
why?
you. I've not done it, but I do want to do it once.
But why?
But I haven't.
I need to know why you won't do it again.
Because she's smart.
I kept thinking on my way down, and you do the tandem jump, so your life is really in the other person's hands. I kept thinking, well, what if he's having a bad day today? You know? What if he passes out?
Yeah,
or
something to think about
And,
beforehand, huh?
So
Well,
yeah, I
yeah.
Knowing you're tethered with an experienced jumper, it does give you confidence, though.
But
'cause
they died too, don't they?
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
People
Right.
die doing that,
try
so
not
it's
to.
it's
Yeah, and
definitely a risk.
I was. It was a jump with all my friends. We were all going to kind of break up and move on to other areas. So it was sort of a, let's go get them.
Well, you know, the crazy people are the base jumpers, because you know what I'm talking about, right? I mean, because they're like on telephone poles or on bridges, and they jump in, and they don't go very far. They are the adventurers. That's really big risk taking. So
Well, there was the
tough.
guy that jumped from space also.
Oh
earlier
my
this year.
gosh! Can you believe he did that? Wow.
So I think I think this is gonna have all the world's attention on this as well.
Reminds me of King of the Rocket Men, movie serial where the guy had a rocket pack on his back
Oh,
and
the
he's flying
Rocketeer?
through the air. Oh man, I used to dream of. I was a little kid, like 10 years old. I want to do that. I want to be able to fly
Yeah.
like that.
Well,
Sure,
I-
ignoring the fact that the back blast on the jet would burn up your legs. I didn't think about that.
I'd rather have Wonder Woman's invisible plane. That's much better.
Well, I wonder if
That'd
he's
be
going to
good.
have a GoPro or what kind of camera he's actually going to
Probably,
have on
yeah.
there. Oh, I'm sure he's going to have a whole bunch of cameras on there. But we certainly wish him well, and we'll be watching, and we can't wait to see him come down safely. And wow, what a ride that's going to be. James, Jackie, and of course Dee Dee, we thank everyone for being here. That is all we have time for this week. I'm Mia Toski. Thanks for your company, everyone. We'll see you back here next week, same time, same channel. On behalf of everyone at Fresh Outlook, have a wonderful week.